Okay, there is some problem. Okay, no. I will start it. Okay, so I will share my screen. We are having problem connecting to
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, it is recording now, and
Okay.
I'm sharing my screen as well. Yeah, okay. Okay. Can you see? Can you see the PPT? Hello. Can you see the
Yes,
PPT?
yes,
Okay.
yes, I can.
So you have the WAMP or XAMPP installed?
Yes.
Okay. 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 So I also have the XAMPP installed. So first, we'll start the XAMPP.
Yeah.
So I will start the Apache and MySQL. MySQL. Okay, MySQL is starting. Okay, it is also running. And so in the SRC, I will create the gem. In the htdoc, I will create a folder for get your name. Okay, so here I will do the coding and show you. So okay, and this I will open the. So do you have a Visual Studio Code?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a Visual Studio Code application? Which editor you are using? Which editor you are using?
I'm using Notepad plus plus.
Okay. Which one?
Notepad plus plus.
Okay, okay. So I use this editor. Its name is Visual Studio Code. This is also
Okay.
very good software editor. Visual Studio. This is a free software, and in this you can install extensions. So there is extension option. You can install different extension, and you can use it.
Oh,
Okay. So I have created a PPT of PHP.
what?
So uh, so this PPT first I will I will explain the some theory from this PPT. Then we can do some
Okay.
practical. So if you already know something, you can tell me. So I will not explain that again. So like
Um,
hmm,
I have basic like PHP.
okay,
Like I know how to code in PHP, but I don't know how to like connect to the database. You know, when the user input, like it
okay,
appears in the database. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
okay. So you know in PHP echo, print, array,
Yeah, I know.
for loop, while loop.
Yeah, I learned that.
Okay, okay. So okay, so I will create a simple application index.php and so simple index.php page. So we write up. Okay, so we will need a to do a database connection. So for database connection, okay. So first of all, I will open the PHP my admin, and in the PHP admin, I will create a like database with your name. Okay. Okay. So this is our database, and now we can connect it. So for that, we need to create a variable. So we can create a variable with name con means connection, and then we can use the So there is MySQLi. So
Uh,
okay, so there are like different kind of libraries. So we can use the MySQLi library, and so there is one website that is a good website. I will tell there. Uh, I will explain you with that website. Okay, this is the W3 school. You can refer this also
yeah.
because at the beginning of my learning I referred this website only. So here you can. So I will take help with this of this website to explain you everything. So here you can see that we have this MySQLi function. So first of all, we will create these three variables. So we will create three variables. First variable is the server name. So server name is
Okay.
localhost because we are using a local server. So server name is localhost. Then the username. So my current database, my current MySQL username is root, and I don't have any password. So in password I will put empty. And then we have a for first we will create a connection. So we will create a connection, and for that we'll create call a function $con, and we will call so we will create a variable $con, and we will call a function MySQLi. And in the MySQLi we pass three things. First we pass the server name, then username and the password, and fourth we can pass the database name also. So we will pass four things. So fourth is the DB name, that is Noor. Okay. So first is server name, second is the username, third is the password, fourth is the DB name. Okay. So it will connect with the database. Now we can check the connection by using this function connect error. So if so for that we can use. So we will use check connection. Okay. So if $con, okay, $con connect underscore error, connect underscore error. Okay. If it is giving error, we will do a die, and in that we will print this error. Else we can go out from this if statement, and we can put connected successfully. Okay. So now
Okay.
I will done this. So this is here in the Noor. So localhost slash Noor. So it is being connected successfully. Means it is connected successfully. Suppose I am writing a database name which does not exist like Nur1. Okay. So it should not connect.
Okay.
So now it is giving an error. Unknown database Nur1. Okay. So, so like this we can do a connection. Okay. Now, so in PHP, there is a good practice that we put all the connection in a different file. So like we can create a file dbconnect.php, and we will put all the connection code in this file only, and then we can import it here. So we can use include underscore once, and we can pass the dbconnect.php as the file name. So now if we have 10 PHP files, we can use this file for connection. We do not need to write this code in every file. So this is a good practice
Okay.
in PHP when you are doing a PHP code. So now it is showing error because the database does not exist. Now I will again, now it is connected successfully. So simple way of connecting a database. Now we can see
Okay.
that there are after connection, we can do different kind of things. Okay. Like we can yeah, so there is one more like way of connection. So there is MySQL DB. We have suppose a MySQL DB with which we are connecting. Now suppose we do not have a MySQL database, we have a MongoDB or we have a Oracle database. So PDO is a special library in PHP. If we are using a PDO library, then we do not need to worry about the database. We can connect with any database like MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle. We just need to pass the database name here in this MySQL colon. So if it is Oracle, we can write Oracle colon host. If it is MySQL, we will write MySQL colon host. If it is MongoDB, we will write MongoDB colon host. So so this is a good library, PDO. So okay, so we will see it later. We can now see other things. Okay. Now the next thing we need to we should remember is that we should always close a connection whenever we are uh, not we are completed our operation. After that we should close the connection. So at the end we can write this like this dollar con arrow close. So it will close our connection. So after closing the connection, if we will again write like this, it will give some error because our connection is closed. So sorry, if connection, see it is giving connection failed error. Why? Because our connection is closed. Okay, so we should always close our connection whenever our operation. Otherwise, it will consume our memory, and when it will consume our memory unnecessarily, it can give different kind of weird errors, and it will also crash your application. So always close your connection at the end. Then okay, so okay. Now we can do different kind of queries by using a query function. So we have a query function. Okay. So query function we can use for writing different kind of queries. Suppose we have this create database. Suppose we have a create database. Sorry, this is create table. Suppose we have to create table. So do you know the MySQL queries? Do you have understanding of MySQL queries?
Yeah, but we don't use the object oriented one. We use the second one. The
Sorry,
I learned MySQL. I not the object oriented one.
you mean I don't understand. Okay,
Wait, I'll show
you
you.
not want to study this one.
No, I use the MySQL procedural.
Okay, so you want to means we can like work with this MySQL, right?
I mean, I learned the other one. Can you scroll down a little bit?
Okay. You said about you learn PDO.
Yeah, I learned this one. Procedural.
This one, MySQL I underscore query.
Yeah, I learned this one.
Okay, procedural. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we can use both. Both are good. So we can use this also.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it does not matter. We can use this also. Both are fine. So
Okay.
okay. So what we can do? We can okay. So first we can like create a table. Okay.
Okay.
So suppose we want to create uh, table, create users table. Okay. So can you tell me what is the query for creating? Suppose we have a users, we want to create a user table with ID, name, and email and ID, name, email, and password. So can you tell me? Can you tell me the query?
Uh,
Okay, you can write in the chat if you want to write in the chat.
I'm not really sure.
Sorry,
The create table. Um,
I not understood. Can you write in the chat what you want to say? Please go here in the chat. I think there's chat. Yeah, this is chat option. Please write in the chat that you are saying. Okay. Create table users. Okay.
in bracket,
Yeah. So there are we have these column names: ID, name, email, and password. Okay. And ID is primary key, and email is unique. Okay. So for this,
okay,
write a query, and ID is integer, name and email word are varchar.
so
Yes, 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 yes. Are you right?
this,
Hmm. Are you writing the query?
yeah, I thought the screen is frozen.
Can you write the query? Are you able to write the query?
You mean on the chat?
Hmm?
You mean on the chat?
Sorry, I not understood what you said. Can you write in the chat what you are saying?
Oh, I mean, are you saying like I'm writing the query in the notepad or in the chat?
In the chat, so that I can see that.
Oh,
In the notepad, I cannot see. Put it in the chat. Okay. So create table users ID int 10, name varchar 50, email varchar 100, and password varchar 50. Okay. Okay. Fine. But I think you have not written the about the primary key and unique key. Can you write for primary key and unique key also?
Or I don't know how to like
Okay, okay,
put like the
okay, okay. So, okay, so I will first copy this query here. Okay. So create table users. We have a ID 10, where name, where and email if 100. For password, I think we should have 250. Okay. And now we can put a primary key. So how to put a primary key? Uh, so for that we use at the end we use some at the end we use some special okay. So I will show here. Okay. So okay. Yes. Okay. So what we do, see this website tells everything. So we write like this. So we have written int ID int that is 10. After this we write first unsigned. Unsigned what means? Unsigned means this ID cannot be negative. What unsigned integer? So we have different integer like we have uh, like we will write -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, then 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. This is our in these are our integer list. Now what unsigned? Unsigned means which is greater than 0. So all this from 1 to 5, these are the unsigned or till infinity, till infinite. Okay, infinite. So this is our unsigned. So always our ID is a unsigned or ID cannot be negative or 0. So we write unsigned for this. Then auto underscore increment. So auto underscore increment means whenever we write a insert statement, we do not need to put a ID in that. ID will automatically increment by 1. Suppose our last ID is 2. So if we write an insert query, next ID will be 3. Mm. If we write next insert query, it will become 4. Then it will become 5. So we do not need to put a ID manually. Automatically database will create a incremented ID. So for that auto underscore increment. And at the last primary key. So primary key means it is a primary key which is also a unique and we can use it as a primary key. Now we can use a email. Okay, okay. Now email we can write as a unique key. Okay. Now we should run it and it will create a table. Okay. So we can run it. So let's run it and okay. Now let's see. The node tables from database. So let me see what happened. Okay, okay. So we created this string. Okay. Uh, table SQL. Okay. This is our string, but we need to call this string in a method. So we have a method. So what method we have? In case of procedural, we have this method. Okay. MySQL underscore query. MySQLi underscore query. MySQLi underscore query. Okay, and in that we pass two things. First is our connection variable, that is con, and next is our this SQL string. Okay, so we can check in if condition. If it is in if condition, we can put it. So if it is working, okay, if it is working correctly, eh, we will echo table users created successfully. Okay, okay, and in table name, always remember all letters are small. So we should put users as also small. Okay. Now, in else condition, we can print the error. So we can print error using echo my s my SQL I error dot. So for that we can use this MySQL I underscore error, and we put the con variable. So it will print our error. Okay. Now we will reload it, and we can see that table users created successfully. And we will put a, okay, so we'll put a BR also here, so that it will come in the next line. Okay, so we will see that. Okay, so the table users is created successfully. Okay, now we will see the structure of the table. So we have a int, that is a primary key auto increment and unsigned. Then we have a name, which is varchar 50, email, which is a unique key and 100, and password is varchar and 250. Now if we will again try to run it, it should give error because table already exists. So see, we are getting error, MySQL error, table users already exist. So now it is going in the else condition, and it is giving the error because the table already exists. So like this, simply we can create a table. Okay. Next.
Okay. So the meeting will end in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it is ending in 5 minutes. So I will give you again a meeting link. Okay.
Okay.
No issue in that. Okay. Okay. So okay. So now I will create a new PHP uh, class, PHP file, insert.php. Okay. Here we can write the insert queries. So first I've included this. Then I will write a users insert users table, and we will write a insert query. Okay. Okay. User inserted. This will be our message. So now can you write a query in the chat for inserting, so that we will insert it. Can you write a query in the chat?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay.